I want to start this video off by saying rest in peace, Atlas. You went out like a fucking G, man. I don't know what to tell you. You went out in the greatest way that any of these Vegapunks have gone out. You put your life on the line for not just Lilith, but also the Straw Hats, for the Stella. You saved a lot of lives with what you just did. Now that we've got that out the way, One Piece chapter 1200 is officially out, and bro, it's a lot of dialogue. It picks up at the end, but this was a fantastic chapter. We got a lot of lore dropped and some interesting things happened, but we're gonna jump straight into it. So the chapter picks up with a flashback from 26 years ago on Punk Hazard, and surprisingly, Vegapunk is there with Clover. While him and Clover are there, Clover is trying to convince him to help him learn the secrets about the Void Century, because as we all know, the people on Ohara were studying the Void Century. Specifically Clover, he was like, he was doing the real, like, the demon work. Like, he was really the one going in on the Poneglyphs and like really like trying to spread that stuff across the entire Grand Line. And he's sitting here begging Vegapunk to help him, but he's like, Vegapunk's like, no, like, I work for the government, I can't help you. What's he say? Quasar. I'm not saying that again. I'm not saying that again. But yeah,
Clover is trying to convince Vegapunk to help him, and Vegapunk is not having it.
So in the midst of this conversation, Vegapunk says grow will, and then out of nowhere, Clover just starts talking about this guy he once knew with a D in his name, and this person he was referring to was his brother, and he got killed in front of him. Rest his soul. But then we get the bomb dropped that Clover, obviously since his brother had the D in his name, Clover actually has the will of D, the D in his name too. And his actual name, I'm gonna pronounce this wrong, so I'm gonna put it on screen. I'm gonna let you guys figure out how to say that. I'm not about to embarrass myself. But yeah, Clover, he has the will of D. And to be honest, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, because it wasn't necessarily a surprise to me. Like, I was just like, damn, like, that's crazy. If you really think about it, who do you know that is just gonna be studying the Void Century
and like really is trying to like know the secrets, spread the word? Only people with the will of D who really want to be truly free would want to do something like that and put their life on the line. Because Clover, he quite literally put his life on the line to save those books so that Vegapunk, later down on the line could find it and then carry on the will of Ohara as time goes on.
Wait, I just realized, because he has the will of D in his name, this means that there is another family. His family is a part of the D clan. That's a theory. And as the conversation wraps up with Clover telling him that he has the will of D, Vegapunk is just like, bro, I'm just about to literally forget that you told me all of this, and I'm just gonna go, because I'm not trying to get killed. I'm trying to keep my job with the world government. They pay me the big bucks to, make my inventions, because, inventions, expensive as shit, boy. So like, he was just like, nah, he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. Which is, think about this in Vegapunk's shoes. You are kind of sort of studying the Void Century, right? But at the same time, you want to make your experiments. The government's giving you money for those expensive ass experiments. It's priorities, you know what I'm saying? Like, later on down the line, he was like, you know what? Let me see what he was talking about, But like in the beginning, like, bro was just worried about his inventions, you know what I'm saying? Trying to change the world.
Yeah, he was basically like, they paid me too much money. I'm keeping my job, but I'm saying, I'm gonna just act like I never said. I'm just act like you never told me any of that, so you won't go to jail, and I won't go to jail either.
And we jump forward ahead 22 years now, and this is when the Ohara incident happened, and they're all reacting to it on Punk Hazard, and Caesar is there, Caesar, he's a great guy, right? He's not. He's a terrible when you call him a human being, that fucking gas. Anyways, yeah, Caesar was jumping around and like, oh yeah, we finally got Clover, Yeah, like, whatever. He was thinking to himself as he was thinking about everything about Clover and this whole incident. You chose death. Was passing on your research that important? You fools, did you really expect someone to be curious enough to follow your footsteps after this? And we get this panel, he's literally in tears. And flashback is all over. We cut back to his message actually playing again. And I'm gonna just have the, the message. I'm not gonna read the message. I'm just gonna have it roll across the screen or some shit like that. We see Robin as she was listening to this, she was starting to get that PTSD from her heart. She was really the one that was like dealing with this shit for real. And we can see the pain and the sadness in her face. And after we see a little bit of the message, we cut forward to the Straw Hats. Some of the Straw Hats that are on the Sunny that are getting chased by, what's his name? Peter? Edward? Eddie? Ethan, the girl said Ethan. They're still getting chased by him. And to my surprise, Zoro actually was able to knock him back a little bit in that, like I said, in that previous chapter, but he ended up coming back because he didn't knock him as far back as Luffy did Mars. Because Mars, I'm pretty sure as we're reading the chapter right now and speaking, he is still flying how far Luffy hit him. Like, that boy is probably on Mars right now. He's still flying away. But Ethan's finally caught up to them, and Lilith, she's saying like, oh no, like we need to get away, like he's gonna hit us, like we're literally gonna die if he literally touches the ship and moves it a centimeter, we're going to die and the ship is going to crack. And so if he touches the ship, they're cooked. Then Atlas.
Well, let me say it like this. Lilith was getting ready to go and like do something to Ethan. I don't know what she was planning on doing. Like she was gonna shoot him with like one of her ray guns or something. But, like I don't know what her plan was.
But Atlas comes out of nowhere, smacks her in the face, like basically was like, nope, sit down, I got this one. So like part of me was kind of wondering like, does she kind of like know that York is like, you know, like traitor, or like I don't know. Like I feel like I'm so like behind when it comes to One Piece wars. I'm just getting back into like One Piece content, but I'm pretty sure they still don't know who like the traitor is. But like if Atlas were to have known that and like that wouldn't make any sense. I'm chatting.
Anyways, she literally was just trying to save her so that she could be the one that was gonna go, you know what I'm saying, kill the final blow. Because if it made sense for anyone to go sacrifice himself, it would have been Atlas because she's huge, and that's literally what she went and did.
And she kind of like turned something off in Lilith's head. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was like a sleep mode or a power off mode or something like that. But she's incapacitated right now. She's not dead. And she's just like,
I'll leave her in your hands. I'll take off and make sure you make it in one piece.
And then she jumps out of the ship and she is going to go and attack Ethan and save the Strawhats. Yeah, she's going out like a G. She's cooked. The only Vegapunk that's, well, I guess technically two that are alive right now are Lilith and then York. So like,
I guess you could say that Lilith is like an honorary Straw Hat right now, or a temporary Straw Hat, assuming that all Atlas did was just like power her off or something. So like, I don't know, how do I feel about this?
I don't mind Lilith. I didn't think any of them were gonna survive, if I'm being completely honest. It wasn't that I didn't think it would make sense, I honestly didn't know what way Oda was gonna go with this, now, if I'm being honest. Because like, all the Straw Hats being a lot, or I don't know, it was just, I just didn't know what I was gonna expect. Lilith being the one that survived out of all of them, low-key, it makes sense. It makes sense that out of everybody, it would have been Lilith. And then Ethan's getting ready, he's coming up and charging up on the Sunny, and then obviously Atlas comes, punches him in the face, is holding him back. She gets her arm sliced off, but they were able to coup-de burst out of there, and then they're on their way to the ocean. So the Straw Hats are coup-de bursting away from Ethan, and then we cut to Vegapunk's message starting to play again, and we see like the Marines and then the Urusei and the Iron Giant, they're all still going at it. Then Luffy finally acknowledges the Iron Giant, and he's like, yo, like, yo, it's the huge Robo.
And he starts talking to Luffy. Well, I should say, Luffy's talking to a Joy Boy, which is talking to Joy Boy, but like, in his mind, he's talking to Joy Boy, but Luffy obviously not knowing he's Joy Boy.
Let me just say, so Emmett and Luffy's, oh my, bro. Emmett and Luffy start talking, and Emmett is talking to Luffy as if he's like actually Joy Boy, or at least he knows that he's Joy Boy. He's like, I'm so happy to meet you again, you know, like Joy Boy, like my guy, you know? And Luffy, he literally is like you're not talking to me, right? And then literally the Iron Giant is like, oh, like you will like over there, like I'm literally talking to you. Luffy, as always, he's confused because he doesn't know he's Joy Boy, obviously. Then Emma starts talking again. He goes, I realize it would be a foolish to blindly trust in a one-sided account of a 900-year-old battle. I came like before you, your enemy is my enemy. I am glad I can fight for you again, Joy Boy. And then Luffy, completely not acknowledging anything that he just said, it was just like, oh, you can talk, like that's cool. He's gearing up, getting ready to fight the Gorosei, only to find out that he's old and none of his weapons work. And he gets his arm completely just chopped off. I didn't expect him to do anything because like, it's a 900-year-old robot that was rusted away, so like I don't know what I was expecting him to do. But he did end up holding them back with one hand though. It was the worm Gorosei, I forgot his name, but you know what I'm saying, the big the suck worm. And a whole bunch of it completely just picks up at the end of this chapter. First and foremost, York thinks that all of the Stellas are dead. Little does she know that Lilith is still alive. And the other Goroseis know this too, because they know that the message is still playing. Saturn, he jumps up and he's trying to like, you know, figure this out and is trying to go stop the message, but you know, that's just not happening. Like he jumps up to try and do something, but nothing doing that. He sees Kuma, he sees Bonnie, tries to go for them. That doesn't work out. Then we get a panel of Atlas with a complete smile, like a complete like Will of D type of smile on her face. That's like, I'm just lending a hand. And Ethan was like, oh, so you're just gonna sacrifice yourself like that? She sacrificed herself for the greater good because they were able to get away. So Ethan, like, you were that strong, you could have just like one-shot her and then like got up to them. But like, you know, these girls say they're going out bad in my opinion. They have not lived up to the hype that they like look like they were gonna present, because they're getting soloed by Atlas and a 9-year-old Iron Giant that's slowing them down. They're not living up to the hype in my opinion though. So in this last couple final panels, first and foremost, Vegapunk announces to the world that Gold D. Roger, like, you know, the Gold D. Roger, he announces that again to the world, like being like, hey, like he had the Will of D in his name, and you know, he was the king of pirates. He traveled the whole world. He knew a lot. As I say, telling people like, oh, like open up your mind, like, you know, like pirates aren't all bad. Like, you know, like y'all kind of like, he tells people that and they're all like, did he just say go D Roger? They're all trying to process that. And then in this last and final panel, the Iron Giant is standing up against the Warthog and the Worm. They're all looking down on him. He's just standing there, and with one arm, he just stands there looking at the Gorosei and goes, oh my, I have really rusted away. This is the time of you spoke of, right, Joy Boy? Can I use it? What he's planning on using, I have literally no idea. Unless he's about to pull like an Iron Man and he's got like something like in his chest that he's about to like completely like use some sort of like Gear 5 power. I don't know what he's about to do, but, and there's no break next week either. So this next chapter, for all we know, could be the event that completely like shocks the world, and like this is what picks it up into like really the final saga of One Piece. I don't know. I guess we're gonna see next week. And to also point out, the only ones, as far as we know, that can hear the Iron Giant are Luffy and obviously Emmett, because like Emmett is talking to Joy Boy, Luffy, and just the way they're talking, they're using like, you know what I'm saying, the voice of, it was the voice of something, I forgot, I can't remember what it was, but I just know only Luffy can hear them. The Gorosei, I would assume they could hear him, but I wouldn't be surprised if they couldn't. But yeah, Luffy is the only one that can hear the Iron Giant. Other than that, this was a great chapter, and I'm just excited for next week, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I have some videos planned, but like, we might have some theory videos planned, and you know, if you guys want to like come on stream and like, you know, watch me talk about it live, the Twitch is in the bio, and I will see y'all in the next video.